It's another beautiful day here in Zambia, and the fam is in the building. I am Mickey.
Hello.
What's up, everybody? It's me. Y'all know who it is, man. Get your faces together. Yeah.
And it is me, Ayla.
All right, and we have a special guest in the building with us today. That's the family, and we are the Unapologetic Nomads. And our special guest is a good friend of ours here. He's Zambian. He is an independent engineer, and very, very, very interesting. He's also a historian, avid reader, and full of information. The one, the only, Mr. Ngobola Muyembe. How are you today?
Fine, how are you?
All right, I'm great. Come on in the room, everybody. Yes, so we have, all right, shout out to Tony Richards, who's the first one. Shout out to you, peace. And yeah, so this is gonna be a quick one today. We are headed back into the city of Lusaka, but we had a great time. And wow, went to a few places in different parts of Zambia, and look out for those videos coming to you soon. But we want to do a Q&A to let the people ask some questions and whatnot, and talk to our good friend Mr. Ngobola, as well as the Unapologetic Nomads. And yeah, so how's everybody doing today back there?
Good.
Yeah, good. Shout out to everybody in the diaspora from America, the Caribbean, and on the continent of Africa. Peace and love to all. It's a beautiful Friday today. I believe it. Is it Friday or Thursday?
It is
kind of lost on my days.
Thursday.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Thursday today. Peace and love to everybody, family. Yeah.
All right. How are you feeling, Ayla?
Good, ladies and gentlemen. I am a bit sleepy, but
It's a long drive.
Yeah. This is a long drive. How about you, Mr. Ngobola? Yes. Good. Yeah, this is a long drive. So we've been riding for how long you think about? It's 5 hours.
5 hours now.
Yeah, we've been on the road for about 5 hours, and yeah, getting close to our destination. But this is a Q&A for you guys who want to ask questions. And somebody said, Tony wants to know, did you finish touring Copper Belt? Yeah, we did a pretty good job going around to see different things that they, what's going on in the area.
Time was short.
Time was a little short, of course, but we had a good time and met some great people. And like we said, there's some interesting content coming up for you soon. Shout out to Marilyn, and who else is in the building? Talia and Blesswell. Okay, shout out to you. Kapumpe. Hey, when you coming to Kitwe? Oh, we were in Kitwe. we were in Kitwe today. So we're just leaving, and we have something for you guys coming out soon for Kitwe, our visit to Kitwe. And so we have been through there. It wasn't a long visit, but we did go through. Why are you leaving Copper Belt so soon? Would love to meet you. All right, and in Ndola, we were in Ndola as well. Yeah, so definitely checking out Zambian business owners and people who are doing great things here in Zambia, because a lot of times we don't see that, especially in the media. They don't promote the locals doing their thing, and we want to definitely shout out and highlight a lot of the people here, locals who are doing great things. So I have a question. You guys can start throwing your questions in here in the chat section. Ngobola, what are 2 or 3 good business ideas or investments for people in the diaspora who might be interested or serious about the continent coming? Or Zambia. Yes, Zambia.
Yeah, first and foremost for me, it's because the infrastructure is still not yet built. So construction is one of them. Okay? Construction is one of them, which is the field I am in. And the second one is agriculture, because we're surrounded by countries that were at war at some point, and then they need the food. So most of the food that they are eating, like in Congo and the border, this food is coming from, is imported from Europe and America. So if you come here and you invest, I mentioned mining and construction.
Yes.
Maybe the main ones.
All right.
Construction, because the infrastructure is still
Okay, let us know if we're back. I know we're on the road and okay. Okay, let us know, somebody in the chat, if we're back. I know we went out for a second. Hey, shout out to you, Stars. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah.
Are we back? Okay, shout out to George. Great. Greet Ayla for me. My grandma loves her. Shout out to you. All right. I think we're back. Yes. All right. You were giving us the your top threes for investment for those in the diaspora who may want to invest in Zambia.
Yeah. So construction, mining, and agriculture. That's the three. But there's also something that is severely lacking in here. It's manufacturing.
Okay.
So manufacturing is also one area that I think the three, one of the four most important for me. I think other people have other ideas, but these are the things that I really know about, and I know how to where the money can come from, and how to realize how to get your money back if you invest in it. So that is those are the areas that I know of. Yeah. So yeah, there are some other areas like manufacturing, yes, of course, where the things are lacking. But these are the three or four most important areas that I know of.
So for investor or somebody who wants to start a business in Zambia, if they come here and start a business, do they have to for other Zambians?
That is actually that is the best, because like of course I advocate for black ownership, local ownership, but I also would want to make sure I safeguard the interests of our people first, right? So the government policy now is that they will incentivize much more a person that partners with a local person here, because there they are sure that their own people will benefit, and for us this is this I think is a welcome option, because in the past they've learned from the past where they left it out for everybody to just come in and do what they like, and nothing benefited the local people, and some people would just make money after the tax break in 5 years ends. They just go change their name and come back again in another form and sell the company to maybe another European family or another South African family. So for this time around, I think the government has realized that they need to grow their own potential in their own people. So they are insisting on partnership with foreign companies. Yeah.
Okay.
But for African Americans, you always stand a chance. So even if you were to partner with a local person, eventually, because you are especially if you've got a heart, like Aaron was saying last time, if you've got a heart for your continent, you can partner with a Zambian for maybe say 4 or 5 years. Afterwards, you are able to now gain your own investment license and branch off and start your own thing.
Okay. Now, when you first start, is it a must that you do that? Because if you come in, you don't know anybody. You know what I'm saying? That would be hard for somebody who don't know anybody. They don't know who to trust. So if you don't know anybody when you first start off, you have to do that.
No, you don't. Don't necessarily, but it becomes a bit more expensive for you.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
once you kind of, get your feet on the ground and you learn and move around and you learn and you meet people and you meet somebody that you can actually trust, then
you can do that. You can do that. But it's not really a must.
It's not a must.
There are people who are coming in with investment licenses from Lebanon and Turkey, and they just come in. They are by themselves. But maybe if you come with $4 million by yourself, of course, you don't want to trust anybody else with that kind of money. But if you're brave enough to partner, then you get incentivized much more quicker that way. Especially with this government, I think their policy is much more towards their own people.
Yeah, and shout out to Kevin Jones for the super chat. Thank you, our brother, for that. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. And I have another question. So in reference to investing, so there's a lot of people, let's be real, who are not going to come with $4 million or come with millions or even hundred thousands of dollars. What is a good starting point, like where you think someone can invest what they have. It could be minimal. What's the minimal amount that someone can invest and have a decent business?
For me, the minimum can even be an idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it can even be an idea. For instance, we need for instance, we don't have a rail line here, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So if somebody, or we don't have equivalent to what you call interstate highways, right?
Okay.
So if somebody has an idea of that and can get the funding for it,
Okay.
the government has what they call solicited private-public partnerships, and there's also what is called unsolicited public-private partnerships.
Okay.
So somebody can come with an idea to say, okay, I think Zambia has got a problem with the highways linking the provinces or linking the copper belt to the coast, and this is just an idea you have, but somebody else has the funding for it. So you say, okay, here is the money and here is an idea. So I would want to propose that they link up the copper belt to maybe say, well, it's Bay by road. This is just an idea. And if the government is able to give you this chance to do this road, and then you go back to the US and say, okay, here's an idea from I got from Zambia, and if you're able to throw money in, we can do a road from Copper Belt all the way up to Walvis Bay in Namibia, and everything that is the toll gates that will be there, the charges that will be there, will have to be will come from. We will have to go into our own pockets, and we can get a concession for 5 years or 25 years. There is a border in Kasumbalesa, which is being manned by foreigners.
Okay.
They only put up
Wow.
$10 million,
Wow.
but they made that $10 million in a year, but they got a concession for 10 years. Now you can imagine, do the math, how much money did they make, right? So they just came up with an idea, went outside there, raised the money, came and built that border post. It's not even a perfect border post. We can do better than that border post they have done there. Congo needs to have all these trucks you see passing by here. They are supposed to get inside the Congo. And they some of them are marooned. I don't know whether I shared that video with you. The trucks are marooned from Chidabombe all the way up to Ngobola. That is potential. If somebody came up with an idea of opening up a border that can do fast track border crossing into Congo, that is enough for you to get your money back and the investment. So the minimum can even be an idea, from an idea to $10 million if you want. But for instance, I said last time, there are a lot of people with exploration licenses, myself included. So we have an exploration license. So we explore that land. If we're able to find that there is maybe you put up some money for geological report, and then you can go to the investors and say, okay, this is the amount of money, this is the land we have, and this is the minerals we have on that piece of land. Please, can you invest in it? So I really can't put a finger or an amount on the minimum, but I'm saying you can come with a minimum as minimal as an idea.
All right.
For you to realize your money.
All right.
So,
interesting. So someone had a question earlier. Is there a department, is there a business association or a government department for investments here in Zambia?
Yes, there is a ministry of small scale, for small to medium enterprises, which was created by the government. And that is a good start point. And for me, all these companies I'm highlighting, and even for our travels to Copperbelt, I am hoping that I get an audience with the Ministry of Small Scale and Medium Enterprises, so that should there be people who are interested to contact me on terms of business, I can now link them up with the Ministry of Small to Medium Enterprise. But you also have to remember that the Ministry of Small to Medium Enterprises is talking about small businesses within Zambia.
Okay.
So if you're able to want to partner with them, for instance, there's a lot of consumables in the mines. Those consumables can be maybe, say, Caterpillar spare parts. can be lubricants, can be valves, and if you are a small business owner who supplies this material, all you want to do is find a good source, maybe a good source of say drill bits, because mines drill a lot. So if there's a good source for drill bits and you get a franchise with somebody from say Europe or so US, and then you establish yourself here, and then you link up this. So the mines need these consumables and you're able to supply very quickly. Then you can link up. You don't necessarily have to travel here. Maybe you can just stay in the US, and then you partner with somebody here who now supplies the mines with the consumables they need. And that's what South Africans do. The South African whites, they link up with European whites, and then they dominate the supply of consumables in these mines. And they consume things up to maybe say $2, $3, $4, $5 million. And the reason why it's very important, because the excuse they give us, if I wanted to say supply drill bits worth $10 million with one of these mines, they will say, have you ever supplied any of these before? But if I am able to link up with somebody from the US who has done that one before, I'll say, yes, I have never supplied this one before, but the one I'm partnering with, who is in the US, has done this one before. So so
very interesting. Okay.
There are tires that are needed in the mines.
Okay, hold on, make sure one second. We're trying to make sure we're still good, make sure the signal's still good. Let us know if we are on. Let us know if everything is good. We're back. All right, I want to say shout out. Back. All right, we want to say shout out to Ngutu for the super chat. Thank you so much, Ngutu. Yeah. Yes, let me see if we have any questions. Are import license expensive? That's a question we have. Is the import license expensive here?
Oh, import license.
License, yes. Is it expensive?
No, because most of the things we consume, we import. So if this car, I imported it. I didn't have to get an import license. So you if you've got an order to bring in something that is coming from what we manufacture, very little. So in countries where they produce things that are similar to what is imported, so they try to put a barrier discouraging people from importing things that they are already manufacturing. But in the case of ours, most of the things we consume, we import, right? So unless there's something that can be locally sourced from here, then they'll put a lot of higher duty on that, on the item you're gonna import. But in terms of license, there's no expense on that. Okay. Good. All right. Let's see. Yeah, this is good, and these are things that we need to know. Those who are very serious about Zambia and who are interested in investing. Please, oh yes, thank you, Stars Love. Please remember to like the video, please. We have 115 people in the room, only 43 likes, 120 people in the room now. Can you just hit the like button? It's free. Thank you so much. Just hit the like button. Let me see if we have any more questions. Please, it's Q&A time. Let me see. All the very best, unapologetic nomads. Take care and stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your day and night. Thank you, pure loyalists. Thank you so much. Any questions from you guys? Let us know now. All right. Anything else you want to share with the peeps? All right. Okay. Yeah. So, even though the trip to Copperbelt was very short, I wished it was a bit longer. There's one man I wanted to see actually. Tansisio Chanda's father actually. When people talk about nobody has a capacity in Zambia, these are people who are able to run mines if you are to be given a chance. But people don't just maybe they judge their character, and people in Africa or Zambia, black community, you have to stop attaching a person's character with the business they run. The business is different. It's like I'll give you an example of CNN. CNN was founded by a guy called Ted Turner. He started to misbehave. They just kicked him out. But CNN is still there. So in terms of business, we may disagree with how we look at each other's character, but the business is different. It belongs to the community, yeah. And like I said, the thing that is lagging also, especially in most of our African countries and black communities, that the money doesn't go with the technology. Somebody will have the money, but then they invest in perfumes and liquor and clothes. But there should come a time when you should now start to invest in technology, science, innovation, and it can come from money can come from even a musician, but the science can come from anybody else. So what is lacking in Africa is basically just the funds. The innovation is there. There are so many young people. They may look like the villagers. Have you ever noticed that ever since TikTok and all these other videos have been allowed to flourish, the kids that used to be portrayed as starving and miserable are now the ones that are making TikTok videos that are, danceable, and even Oxfam is being questioned to say, but you've always shown us miserable pictures of kids in Africa. But why are these ones looking so happy even though they are not dressed up so nicely? So when you allow offload technology, innovation is always going to be there. But shouldn't just be restricted to music, dancing, and all the other stuff, but also into innovation, agriculture. Let's revolutionize the way we do agriculture, not this genetically modified stuff that people are giving us.
Right.
Anyway.
Nice. All right, thank you. Another question from Kevin Jones. Are there, let me get to that. Are there local short-term living spaces while waiting on a home that we may be building? Of course, yes. Places to stay. Of course, yes.
Just showed you if you watch the videos from the nomads, just showed you some friends of ours who have got short stay accommodation. Actually, you can even stay up to a year, isn't it?
Yeah.
So self-catering, stuff like that.
Yes.
And there are plenty of them.
Yes, there's plenty options.
Yeah.
I think somebody said tourism. Yes, so investing in tourism, would that be?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think yes.
Yeah. I think where you'll be going in Livingstone. I think you can highlight that Pumulani guest house. They have got also their lodge in Livingstone. That is one way you can invest in tourism. They are near the Victoria Falls. Even though the Victoria Falls is showcased as though sometimes it's in South Africa, no, it is in Zambia. So the reason why it is even shown that way is because there are very few people who have invested in tourism who are local too. Because most of the people that are in Livingstone, they are South Africans, right? So they, of course, naturally they have to gravitate towards their own. So should more people come into Livingstone, partner with our people, they will have enough muscle to even say the Victoria Falls is actually in Zambia, right? So the fact that it's marketed as South Africa, it means there is a lot of gaps. There's a lot of potential for you to invest in there. It just shows that there are very few Zambians who have invested in tourism. So if you come partner with them, Will Smith was here. Okay, whatever mistake he may have made with Chris Rock, but he was here, and he flew from the Kruger National Park in South Africa to come and see the Victoria Falls, and then went back. But imagine if we had our own just in Livingstone, where you're going. There is no need for anybody to go to South Africa and then Zambia. You just come to Zambia and then go to Livingstone. And the Ministry of Tourism, we're going to visit them. I'm going to visit the Ministry of Tourism and talk to them about this, because just with this channel alone, the unapologetic nomads have done more than what anybody else has ever done in terms of marketing Zambia abroad, outside. Yeah. So
Wow.
and I would want to meet as many African Americans and many diaspora African as possible, so that
Wow.
I show you where the gaps are missing, where you can bring your talents. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
We appreciate that
Oh,
compliment. Thank you so much. Yeah, as a fan
You're
back there, we
welcome.
appreciate that. Yeah, because sometimes people miss, things that people do. There's a lot of content creators. We do appreciate your comment and compliment, because we do this out of pure interest and love and want. What's that?
You got it on me.
Oh, yeah. So we we did this out of pure interest and love for the people and for the continent, and it's anywhere in the world, marketing promotion costs.
Yes.
It's not free,
Yes.
and so we do this, and we don't get paid to do this. We do this. We travel. We do this on our own, and we really really love the people that we interact with and we meet all across the continent and around the world. Someone had a question about, I think it was about land. Let me see if I can find it. Do you see it, anybody back there?
I did see it. I lost it though.
I'm trying to find your comment. Somebody made a comment, asked about land ownership. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, ownership of land.
Can Americans own land in Zambia?
Okay. Here's the thing. There are people that were being given land in the name of investment, but I think they abused this privilege because they bought the land and then started to subdivide that piece of land. So, for instance, they give you land as agricultural land. You come in as an investor who is going to do agriculture and prove all the thing is, and they give it to you with an incentive on it that you're going to produce crops. And then these financial crooks, they try to start to subdivide this piece of land and then selling them off as plots. So I think the government is a little bit skeptical on just giving out land willy-nilly. Especially on and there are some other people who buy pieces of land and say we are investors, but what they are doing is something completely different. So in terms of land ownership in Zambia is very different from American land ownership. If you want to have a title for your land, it is going to be listed to you by the government for 99 years. And the land use on that one has to be from what you intended to use it for. So if you're going to apply to use it as agriculture, it's got to stay agriculture. Unless you want to change it. And then if you want to change it for something else, you have to apply for change of land use. So there is also this, so you have to know, if you have to own land for speculative purposes, maybe you may land yourself in trouble, because if you want to put up a factory and you buy a piece of land for your factory, there you will have no problems. But looks like we have had a lot of people that will buy land under false pretense, and then once they are given a license and they are given an investment license, then they subdivide a piece of land and then sell it off and then run away with the man. And this has given some investors a bad name, especially those that want to just look out for land, because it means that you just want to buy this piece of land, borrow money against that piece of land, and then subdivide it later and then go away. I think that's not the type of investment people want. But if you want genuine to use the land for agriculture, you can get it. It's easy. Yeah, it's easy, and as long as you're able to prove that what you're going to use it for is for the intended purpose, you can get it. There are people that have gotten land even now as we speak. They are trying to subdivide and sell it, but eventually they will land themselves in trouble for that. Because people look at what their investment intentions were and what they are doing now with that piece of land.
And they're foreigners.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, nice. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So
shout out to the members, Kevin Jones. I see some more members in here. A Cope. Shout out to everybody. We love y'all. We appreciate what you do, family. Yeah. And also shout out to the mods and all our subscribers as well. We almost hit 50,000 subscribers, family.
Yes,
We like
yes.
real close.
Yeah, I was surprised. I checked.
Hey.
Make sure you tell your grandmamas and your uncles, your grand uncles, everybody to subscribe to the Unapologetic Nomads. Your little children, you know, everybody, family, your little cousins, you know, anybody else say, look,
Your
everybody.
your
tell 'em to
coworkers,
subscribe.
everyone.
Yeah. Strangers, go up to complete strangers and tell them subscribe to the Unapologetic Nomads. It's a good conversation piece, family. I
Yes.
said it's a good conversation piece.
Yes.
And lastly, when you go to the drive-through at McDonald's, tell them in the
Yeah.
monitor. Tell them
Yeah.
to, and show them when you get to the window.
Yeah. When you go to church, tell the preacher you want to make an announcement. Tell everybody in the congregation, hey, let's subscribe to the Unapologetic Nomads.
That's
If
right.
you go to the masjid, wherever you go, whatever your religion is, family.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that, family.
Yes. Yes.
And somebody said, what's a minimum amount you need?
Well, I asked.
For instance, this unapologetically nomad idea is just an idea, right? And maybe you may not
Started
have
out as
spent
an idea.
may not have spent any money, but if you were to say, for me, there's some things I cannot say right now on camera, but this idea can actually turn it into a $1 million business. Just this idea of just moving from one, because you see, they throw too much mud at us. They've got the CNN throwing mud at us. You got John McCain's wife throwing mud at us. They got BBC throwing mud at us.
Yeah.
Now we are just pushing back a little bit by telling people that this is not really what it is.
Right.
And there is a void that was left because nobody pushed back. And to just start with an idea of just unapologetically trying to tell people to say, this is what it is.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, like I was telling you last time, we went to a market, right? We were driving past the market, and there were some things that were not very right. But what the BBC would do, they would just zoom onto a fly somewhere, and then beam it in front of everybody, and and this is what they will always be sending on a loop. When they're talking about Africa, they keep showing that image and throwing it back there, and nobody pushes back. So, for this idea of pushing back can actually not only can monetize itself. I mean, especially when you're doing something that you really like, you're passionate about.
Yeah.
And you want to just say this is not right. This is not. So it's an idea that can monetize itself, and in terms of how much the minimum you need to spend, start with an idea. You can start
anything.
anything
Starts with
yes.
it begins with an idea.
Yes, anything.
All right, and you got a shout out from Meeso. I hope I'm saying that correct. Meeso says greetings, fam, and Ngobola doing good job, bro. All right, shout out to you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and Ngobola, so a lot of people are asking, like, do you have a YouTube page? But I know you have a Facebook. Can you tell me your Facebook so I can put it in here?
Yes, Ngobola Muyembe. You can just actually Ngobola Cengelo Muyembe. You'll find me. Yes, just Ngobola Cengelo Muyembe. On Facebook you'll find me. Ngobola. The middle name is Cengelo, Cengelo.
Cengelo.
Yeah, Cengelo. Yeah, and
LO.
Yeah. And then the last name is Muyembe, Muyembe. Let me have a look. So
MUY.
EMBE.
Yes.
Okay.
MUYEMBE. Yes.
Yeah. So probably I don't have a YouTube channel, but probably maybe I should start, and maybe I should begin with the unedited YouTube channels that you have, and then I can throw them on mine.
All right.
I don't know how that can, but that can be like a start, and then and in the future I link up with. I have a YouTube account.
Someone said that you're on LinkedIn. You on
Yes, I am
okay.
also on
BJ said you're on LinkedIn. They connect with you on there.
Okay.
And shout out to our new followers. All right, Jackson. Thank you. Welcome. We also had somebody else.
Simon Zulu said
Kevin
Ngobola
Jones
for president.
People who think
Yes.
like me
Oh wow.
get killed if they become president.
Ooh, wow.
Yes. And I tell you, people who think like me, who think about their people, and who are passionate about their people, get killed, and they don't last.
Ooh,
So
oh my goodness.
you gotta keep that in mind. So, and you know, one thing is that if you see me start to sound a bit more watered down, it means somebody has bribed me. But if you see me consistently talking like this, it means I've taken down all the bribes and everything. So pray for me that I stay.
Yeah, protected. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm protected, and I stick to my lane, and I stay on my path.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, so let's see, any more questions? Thank you. Shout out to the new members, followers. Kevin Jones, we got who is that? Go back. Jackson, shout out to you. Everybody who follow and who just joined, subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Shout out to you. Welcome to the family. Yes, and we're gonna put Ngobola's information in the description of this live when we are finished here. And we wanted to just come on and chat with you guys and get some questions, answers to your questions. And thank you, Solomon, for the super sticker. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow. And who else?
Shout out to the Caribbean, Barbados,
Yes.
Haiti,
Barbados.
Jamaica.
Hey.
Shout out to everywhere. Trinidad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Haiti was supposed to be part of the African Union.
Ooh,
Right? Yes.
yeah,
They even
yeah.
made an application to be part of the African Union. But the US government and the other powers interfered in it. Now, Israel is given observer status. Now, can you imagine?
What?
Why would Israel be given observer status and Haiti refused entry into the African Union? For me, this makes no sense. I mean, if you were to look at how the Haitians are treated when they want to get into the US, they're chased on horsebacks. I saw that. For me, it's heartbreaking for me. Even though I don't know the Haitians, I know there's some nasty people in Haiti. But they're still my brothers at the end of the day. The issues of Papa Dog, Baby Dog, we all know who is responsible. How come Papa Dog lasted longer than any other prime minister? Okay. So anyway, at the end of the day, we are all brothers.
Yes. All right. Yeah, it's getting a little dark here. We're moving along. We try to be able to see, but we just wanted to pop on real quick and like I said, get some answers to your questions and to check in with you guys. We love you. Thank you for just always tuning in every single day. You can expect something from the Unapologetic Nomads. Also check us out on our website, www.unapologeticnomads.com. And those of you who want to advertise your business, your invention, whatever you have, your book, if you're an author, anything, there are different packages for every budget. Check that out. We're starting to get a lot of people who want to advertise, which is awesome. We thank you so much for your emails, your comments, your questions. Just being on here is everything. We thank you, and we'll see you on the next one. We have some great content coming up for you. Look out for that in the next couple of days. Actually, tomorrow, in the next couple of days, got some great content coming out for you, fam.
That's right, family. And we the Unapologetic Nomads. And we are the Unapologetic
Nomadic.
Nomadic. All right. Peace.